What is going on? We got quite the setup right now. We changed things up a little bit. How am I sounding over there? We're outside.
You're.
The levels are looking good.
Yeah, you're good.
We're big chilling right now. Could I just cut this quick? The AB, I don't know what that stands for.
Amazon Classic.
You got the old package.
Came off of Amazon.
If you're wondering, maybe we'll put some pictures up or whatever on Instagram. Definitely gonna have to put some pictures on Instagram for this one.
Mm-hmm.
You're smoking the same?
Mm-hmm.
We are both smoking a Romeo y Julieta 1875. Is it technically a Maduro would be?
You got that lighter?
Yeah, one second. I kind of said before, we're out in the garage. We're trying something new. It's 53 degrees here in Wisconsin. And
Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, well,
Just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. Bill Burr.
He does what?
He does a Monday. It's called the Monday morning podcast, and he'll do it on Thursday afternoons. So then he calls it the Thursday afternoon just before Friday, Monday morning podcast.
Did he post it Monday?
No, he'll post it Friday. He'll post one on Monday and one on Thursday.
Oh. I hope this goes well. Might need that again.
We should go down to the cigar bar and Waukesha and bring our shit.
That'd be awesome, actually.
Do you imagine?
I'd kind of like that.
We're just chilling in the recliners on the sofas.
That was a really good time when we went down there.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys,
if
you want to try a cigar, that's like I don't know if that's a good spot actually. If you've never sat down and fully smoked a cigar, going to a cigar bar your first time and sitting there trying to smoke one is probably not a good idea. You will get nicked out.
Yeah.
I was done for.
You were on the level.
We sat there for, I don't know, at least an hour. I only had a beer or two.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I was...
Okay, now I'm probably better. I was probably pretty hard to hear before.
Yeah, you were kind of quiet. I don't even know if I heard you in my headset.
Oops.
Oops. Oops. Oops, sorry.
Sitting here waiting for Josh, and we're like, we should take the shit outside and smoke a stick.
It's nice out. It's 50 degrees. I should be in a t-shirt.
I'm in shorts.
I'm in my sweatshirt still from work.
I'm one of those douches walking around in the middle of winter with shorts on. My legs, they just don't get cold. Whatever, douche.
I'm telling Levin.
Huh?
I'm telling Levin you said that.
Yeah, he does wear shorts all winter.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if he still does. I know he used to.
In high school, he never wore anything but shorts. Some Jordan short.
I don't think the kid ever even wore sweats.
Mm-mm.
You could not catch me in a pair of jeans.
No.
Or shorts, dude. I wore sweatpants all the time. Even in college, go to classes, sweats.
I only own 2 pair of sweatpants. I never wear sweatpants.
That's all I wear. As soon as I get home, shower, throw on a pair of sweats.
Even in the summer?
Yeah, even in summer I got some lighter ones. Good Dick Day sweats. They're real light and they show you package. So if it's not a good Dick Day...
The gray ones and just drive on a crazy?
Yeah. She likes to wear them. I think she thinks maybe her butt will look as good as my sack does.
Get a good rip on there.
Alright, one sec. She's a little tight, dude. I can't get her to.
You just got to get that black ring and start the ash, and then they start. You know what I mean?
She's getting there, but then...
I got some good ones.
I think I got her. Feel it in the dome ski.
Already?
Just took like 16
know.
of them in a row and didn't go.
You dingus.
The one thing you're not supposed to do. Here I am, ruining it. Whoops.
It's just bellowing out my garage door, dude. I love the smell of cigars, too. Some people hate it. I love it.
I don't know if that's like my favorite part or like just the fact that you have to set aside
Like an hour.
Yeah, to just sit there and like I like to do it with somebody. That's a lot more enjoyable. On the golf court or cart.
Yeah.
I just sit on the cart, you know. Everyone else is walking the course, and I'm just sitting on a golf cart,
Just ripping them.
ripping a stick. Hey, your ball's over there, you idiot. You're in the bushes. Or I'm in the bushes, running around looking for everybody's balls.
John's bachelor party when Keegan launched his club off the tee box. I've never seen somebody throw a club so far. It was like up in the canopies of the trees.
Dude, it was like Happy Gilmore when he just whips it. Literally, like, he had to whip that thing like 50 yards into the woods from where we were standing.
Yeah.
And 30 yards high. Like,
Yeah, it was in like the
thing was
canopy
like-
of the trees.
it was like 100 feet in the air. Just, and then he's like, I gotta go get that.
He
Takes
was-
like 2 steps in there.
Remember, he hit like 3 balls, got pissed and chucked it, and then like as soon as he let it go and he seen how far he threw it, there was just like instant regret. Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. He took like 2 steps and it was thicker than shit. He's just like, no, I'm not getting it. It's gone. Gone forever. That was a really good time.
I don't know if that'll ever be topped.
I don't think so. We were too young and dumb.
We were all just 21. Me and Levin were John's brother-in-law and that were older, but of like our friend group, me and Levin were the oldest, and Ben,
And you're 22?
we were
23?
22, because you guys
Yeah.
had just turned 21.
Yeah. Some of us literally, like, I think Keegan turned 21 the week before or something.
Yeah. So it was literally like all of us are hyped to go to the bar in general. Like all we want to do is drink. And then it's a bachelor party in the Dells for the whole weekend with all of your friends.
With 20 people,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah, 20.
It was big, yeah. That was so fun.
20 guys running stupid. 15 of them horned up like, oh man, that's not a good combination.
No.
What is that, your first beer? I remember my first beer. That was the weekend right there. People would see us, I remember my first beer. That's exactly how we were acting.
I can't believe we didn't burn the place down.
Dude, I can't believe we didn't get kicked off the course. That guy was just following us everywhere, but there's like 16 carts.
Yeah,
just-
there's nothing he could do.
You'd tee off, you had hurry up and go hit your ball because there was about 6 more getting launched.
Yeah,
right
nobody cared if you... There's no course etiquette. There are people driving carts through the sand, perhaps. Right up to the green.
Kind of jackasses, but at the time, pretty freaking hilarious.
Remember they jumped that... They were like digging out a new bunker or something.
Yeah.
And they just went full bore in reverse over that thing to
Was
try
that
to
John?
jump it. I think it was John.
Oh, man. It's like 10 a.m. and he's hammered already.
Well, we went to bed at like 4, woke up at like 8 to go back, start drinking again.
Did we talk about that one time? When things die down, there's always got to be something. You
Yep.
just got to do one thing to light it back up, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
we
we
all
was-
probably wouldn't have made it out that night.
It would have been like let's just chill.
Yeah.
And
Because I know I wasn't really feeling it either.
it was 1:30, 2 o'clock.
No. Remember we went and played beer darts on the beach.
Yeah. And then people came back and napped a little bit.
Yeah, and then everyone got up and we're all like, and then John and somebody went to the casino. Didn't they?
No, that was that night.
Oh, yeah.
6 a.m.
John wasn't there, though. He went somewhere. Because he wasn't there when you pulled out the fire extinguisher.
Yeah, he wasn't, was he?
He went and I thought he went to the casino, and then they went back in the morning. Him and his dad and his brother-in-law or someone went to the casino.
Maybe he did go with his dad. Yeah, he did. Because then...
Him and Cole went.
Because then, no, David and...
Oh, yeah.
David and John went again that night.
David, I forgot about that fucking guy.
Yeah.
What a character.
I got a couple videos of that kid doing some wild stuff, too. He wasn't even 21, I don't think.
Maybe not. He had to have been to get into the bars in the Dells. Not
necessarily.
I wish we could tell all the stories on here, but we can't.
Someday we will.
That weekend cost me $250. So did John.
Oh, for the ticket?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys got to go to the bathroom, you should do that.
Inside.
Yeah, the designated areas. They have spots for that. And it's not on the side of the bar.
The funniest thing is I pissed outside that whole weekend, even after I got the ticket, and I only got one ticket.
I have a video from that same night when you guys got busted.
Yeah.
Before. No, it was later on. Definitely later on. It was at Edge of the Dells, that bar right across.
Yeah. Right across from the strip club.
Yeah. Well, we were in there and Keegan came out. And he was just big old grin on his face, just struggling a little bit to stand. You know, he does one of them like sprinting step.
Yeah.
Thing. Comes out, just pulls it out and starts pissing right on the in the garbage can right by the door. And then you guys get busted. Right.
Dude,
after.
I was in that it was literally my shoulder width of an alley, so I had to lean up against the back to piss on the wall in front of me.
Mind you, this is all 140 pounds.
Yeah.
So it's about a 16 on center stud. You gotta walk through there.
And I'm pissing, and all of a sudden this flashlight flashes me. What do you think you're doing back here? And it sounded just like you. And I thought it was you taking a Snapchat. And I was like,
Mr. Schreier.
I was like, what the fuck does it look like I'm doing? All of a sudden, just grabs me by the collar mid-piss, yanks me out of there. And then I see the flash of his badge on his shirt. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought it was my buddy taking a Snapchat.
Dude, that's the guy that was, he didn't seem too nice, but then again, I mean.
His job had to have sucked.
Yeah, especially on that. Dude, there were people everywhere. That was not even just our weekend in general, that was a wild weekend, I think, down there. Like, they were busy.
Yeah. It was like shoulder-to-shoulder people down the sidewalks.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. Like, even in videos, we just have piles of people.
It's 5:30. Where is he? Come on.
Yeah, Josh is supposed to join us. We'll see if he's had any. He said he has a couple more stories for us from the old paranormal.
Really?
Yeah, he said he forgot to tell some.
Me and him. So the week after we did the podcast, me and him were hanging out in his basement, and it was me, him, his sister, her sister's boyfriend, and then Josh's girlfriend. And then me and Josh kind of like got into it, like not like got into it, but like we were like discussing it, like how is this possible? And he kept saying it was from him like slamming the door shut, like the difference in wind. And I'm like, dude, no, because X, Y, and Z, because of your like, I don't know, like if your furnace is running, then you're sucking air while you're pulling it, and that little bit isn't enough to push the clubs over. And it was like a 4-hour discussion of how the hell these clubs could have fallen over. And Josh was like, I'm finding any possible way that this house is not haunted because I'm the one that's gotta fucking live here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I guess I didn't think of
Yeah,
that.
but
Like,
when you combine all them stories, how are you not convinced already? Or you're just doing everything
Yeah.
you can to convince yourself.
yeah, I think he's like trying to convince himself it's not. The golf club on the door is the weirdest one.
That gets me. I don't understand that. I literally don't get that.
Because he said the guy at the back door, right? He talked about that. Where it looked like there's a guy at the back door.
Yeah, and then
He's like, well, that could have been the meter man walking through.
okay.
And I'm like, yeah, that's possible.
At 8 o'clock?
Mm-hmm. The golf club on the door, that's hard to explain. The golf clubs can be explained, but it's not, like, easy to explain. You know what I mean?
The bag? The bag itself?
The bag. Because those bags are tippy.
Yes.
Like
but what can't be explained is the ones with the random one. You know what I mean?
No, what do you mean?
The random
Yeah,
club.
the random club on the door in the garage.
We still have nothing for that.
Yeah, that one is hard to explain.
Can't wait to do this in the summertime, dude.
Yeah.
Sit on the back patio and just...
I can't wait for you to get your setup in the basement. Because I think I'm gonna buy the arms this weekend. So our next podcast will
Dude,
have
and
arms.
we can also put them in the whiskey room.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good spot to do them too, I think.
Yeah, this is pretty easy to maneuver.
Yeah.
It took us 5 minutes to move this up here. Oh, I never hit record.
Shut up. I would burn you. You're freaking flying through that thing.
I just love it so much. I love the 1875s. I think they're my favorite. I haven't had anything that's better.
I forgot to say that before. We are smoking these cigars because we like these cigars.
Yeah.
We've had multiple Romeo and Julieta cigars.
Mm-hmm.
And the 1875s are... Doesn't matter what size you get. I've enjoyed each one.
The red label. Because the Connecticut's are yellow. Right?
Mm-hmm. I think they have reds too. Oh, bitch. My bad.
So I don't really like the lighter ones. Like these are mediums or milds, right? Like when you go into the tobacco outlet, they like color code them,
Yes.
how heavy they are.
Yep.
The lights, I don't think you don't get the. It's almost like a spice on your tongue.
The most noticeable way, dude.
Yeah.
We should have a little tiny glass of whiskey. Do we have any bourbon? We should tell Josh to bring the thing up. I can go for like a little 3-ouncer.
Yeah.
You'll notice it, like.
I only have Jack
So,
Fire
like,
right now.
The coffee.
Yeah, we were
The
talking
bitters
about
will come out. But like when you have like a bourbon, at least the couple times that I did, the spicy, like that spice, will come out of that a lot. Both the cigar and depending on what bourbon you have.
Because like if you smell a plain cigar not lit, they don't really smell that great.
When you just smell it in the box.
Yeah, like it.
It just smells like tobacco.
Yeah, and I feel like that's how it tastes when you get like the really light ones, like the Romeo and Julietas,
Or the really cheap ones.
or the cheap ones.
That like a gas station cigar
Yeah.
that's just been sitting there for. Well, I was telling. We're no experts at this, but I do find it hilarious when people like get a gas station cigar and like, oh, this is awesome. This is a good cigar, dude. Good cigar. It's like,
neither one of us have smoked like high end cigars.
no, but like
these are
$10 cigar versus even like a gas station $2. Well, whatever. If you're gonna pay $5, but like being in the humidor for a while, like that makes a hell of a difference. But there's a noticeable difference between these cigars, at least, and a gas station cigar.
Oh yeah. And I like the medium ones, or the black label ones, or like the heavier ones. I don't mind those either, but sometimes they
A
get
lot of flavor.
pretty harsh. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm excited to try the black Romeo y Julietas that this pack came with.
How many we get? 5?
5. So we have 25 1875s and 5 of the. I think they're reserves or something. It says.
Yeah. I don't know if I've had. No, I have. I had it with Jack Daniels, a single barrel, a little shooter.
Yeah.
I had one of them with that. I got a couple little shooters, some single barrels, some single barrel select. What else? Does Makers have like? Hey, oh.
He brought some Captain and Coke.
He did. What's up, buddy?
Hope you have
What's
a sweatshirt.
Huh?
Hope you brought a sweatshirt.
We were just like, hey, Josh should bring some bourbon or something.
Close enough.
That's spicy. I'm gonna try that out.
And plug it into the box here.
It's 25 degrees all morning where I was working, so this is beautiful to me.
What do you say? It's 20.
It
All
was
morning.
25 all morning and snowing where I was working, so
Really?
this is beautiful to me. Bowler, Wisconsin.
Oh, you were up in Bowler? I thought you were in Wausau.
I'm staying in Wausau, but working in Bowler. You know where Bowler is?
Yeah, I do know where Bowler
Yeah,
is. We have a
it's-
job in Bowler right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's like 25 minutes
Guess
from
what
Wausau.
you guys did at our job?
What? The Tinners or
No,
somebody
whoever
else?
does the plumbing and all that.
Plumbers?
Yeah. Well, okay. Okay, that was not what I meant. So, getting past that.
Who does the electric, man?
Yeah.
The carpenters.
Whoever does that.
No, they do the
electrical work.
carpets.
Oh, the concrete finishers.
Anyways.
He's-
We're peaking
Okay,
pretty
so-
high here, so pull it away a little bit.
Oh, is it pretty
Yeah,
loud?
it's pretty loud.
Good. I wasn't sure. I don't want it to be quiet. I want Josh to be able to hear it when he's in the shower and listening to us.
Yeah. He's our biggest critic.
I like that. I
Turn
like
the
that.
fucking volume up. I
like
can't
that.
hear it.
That's
Well,
what
I mean, when my phone volume's all the way up and my Alexa volume, I can't hear
we
anything.
need that. We need good feedback.
Well, yeah, you're in the basement with the Alexa upstairs. Of course, you're not going to fucking hear it. Unreal.
No, when I'm in the shower with the Alexa right next
Who's
to me.
Alexa?
Amazon Alexa.
Oh,
Like the Echo Dot.
like bugging your own house.
Yeah, plug in my house. I unplug it every time I'm not using it.
Anyways, what you were saying, Ahern effed up.
Never mind.
No, I want to hear it.
I want
What
to
did
hear
we
it
do?
All right, so we're doing like River One job, the big Michaels building
Mhm.
down in Milwaukee.
Mhm.
There's a underground parking structure, and I don't know, like every 40 feet, there's like a column of brick and stuff, a couple feet wide, goes all the way up to the next floor. Well, they ran all the plumbing through the brick.
Ooh.
Well, I was all supposed to go next to the brick. So now, like, that's why I was down there. We were just ripping out block and patching holes. Because each column
Yeah.
had frickin',
Why was it drawn that way, or they just chose?
I don't know. I think there had to be a little bit of miscommunication because the major problem was that there's a...
I told you you're gonna be cold. You want a sweatshirt? I'll run in and grab you
I
one.
might have
You
one
could
in my
grab some
truck.
glasses.
Oh yeah, I need a glass too.
Three glasses.
All right, I'll run in.
This is going to be good. Drinking Captain straight.
I'll keep that safe for you.
Oops, see daisy.
Whoa. Oh yeah.
No school this week? Just work?
Monday. I have it on Mondays.
Oh, it's only one day a week?
Yep. Drive all the way to Stevens Point and back on a Monday for school.
Do you get paid?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Right. Going golfing this weekend. It's opening up.
Where?
Rolling Meadows.
It's going to be like 40 degrees and windy.
58, no wind.
No.
Saturday. 58
No.
degrees, no wind at all.
Bad change this morning. This supposed to be like 40. It's supposed to get cold again.
What time did you see that?
Literally this morning, probably like 9 o'clock.
Oh.
9:30.
Hold on. I got me worried. Canceled our simulator in Appleton to go real golfing.
And now it's going to be, I'm pretty sure it's only going to be in the 40s. Shut. That changed, dude.
Sunday's 40s.
It's going to spike back up to 60 degrees.
Average wind, 7 miles an hour. Now Sunday, 20 mile an hour winds, 40 degrees.
I thought it was supposed to continue from today until Sunday.
Tomorrow's going to be pretty chilly. I have 45.
And windy?
Not bad. 8 miles an hour.
Let me check. Maybe it's because I was in Milwaukee.
That might be it.
Right by the lake. Maybe it was the lake effect.
Squeeze into this thing.
You starting 75 Day Hard today?
Me?
Is this mine?
No, I'm starting it. Yeah, that's yours.
I was going to say.
You left that at my apartment like 3 years ago. You can have it back.
Longer than that.
I really liked it.
I actually did like it.
It was comfy.
Oh, it fits me. Weird.
It fits me better.
Yeah,
it fits
it
me too.
Might fit you, but it looks better on me.
Noise.
I don't know, nice.
Yeah, you want one or what?
Yeah, I'll take one.
No.
I'm going to start 75 Day Hard the first day back from
Vacation. Alabama.
What'd you do yesterday?
We don't even know where we're going.
No. Yesterday, so I've been doing a lot of Goggins at-home bodyweight workouts, and then like as many push-ups as I can do in 5 minutes at the end, just so that like
say it. How many? Not to like.
I'm just.
What's your baseline right now? Because we're gonna look back at this in 90 days or whatever.
Baseline for what?
How many push-ups can you do in 5 minutes right now?
I can do 150 in 5 minutes.
All right, 150. So now
Are you doing? You're doing timed, or you're just doing until your body can't do it anymore? Because that's I feel like
As many as I can in 5 minutes. So I do sets of 40.
Until you can't.
But I feel
Until I
like
can't.
there's still a maximum amount a human can go in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like you can only do a push-up so fast. But where you're talking about, like how many you can do until you can't anymore. That's
if you're already like zipping through it, like that's already a lot.
like if you push up and down,
150,
like you can't go faster than that.
Like that's a good amount. So
Probably.
like, there's no way you're gonna get like 300 in 5 minutes because like
I think I could. Eventually.
like you think you have that much of a gap where you like.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd almost have to like have handles so you can pull yourself down. You know what I mean? Like
I can do like 75 in a minute if I'm fresh.
Yeah, but what we're saying is like.
And if I can keep that pace up
Oh, the whole
to
Yeah,
do
I
like
suppose,
2 minutes,
right.
and then you're at 150 in 2 minutes.
Already?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just about like being able to keep
Yeah.
doing it.
So we'll know for sure there's room for progress.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that's going to be intense. We kind of talked about that in the last one, what 75 hard was.
I'm just doing it because I don't like, because 2 workouts every day,
That's
like you're going to be
intense.
so, like if you don't ever work out and do 2 every day for the first like 2 weeks, you can't even move your fingers.
45 minutes.
Yeah, 40 or 45 minutes minimum. Each one.
Yeah, but it depends what you do. You can walk. But you can go outside and walk for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a
But
workout.
Still, like, I don't want to be doing that and then being so sore that
Yeah, but
that's
if you
gonna
just
deter
did technically I do that already.
yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go into it not working out at all. So I'm like, kind of like
Trying to work out now.
so that like I'm getting all of like the soreness of like
Yeah.
being used to
Yeah.
somewhat of exercising before I just jump into it again.
you gotta
For
try that boxing game on your Quest. My back was so
I can't
fucking.
hear you on there.
The boxing game?
Pull it, just hold it.
You need a vest, dude. You
I-
need a safety vest so you can just put it in your vest like this.
Right. Boxing game.
Mhm.
Oculus Quest.
Mhm.
My back was fucking sore as hell the next day. I could
Really?
not. I was like, "Why the fuck is my back sore?" And then I remembered I played that game. It's exactly threw like 400 punches. Dude, I was sweating. I couldn't breathe after a couple rounds. Honestly, God, I'm sitting on my couch like, what the fuck is this?
Is it like a heavy bag or like you actually
everything? You can do a speed bag, a heavy bag. You can go against people. It's fucking fun.
That would be a good way to get a workout in.
Dude,
you could do 40 minutes like nothing. I bet because you think you're just playing a game.
Put some weighted wrist straps on eventually. You know what I mean? I don't know, dude. And I actually got this is like a computer. The dude I was playing. I don't know if it's online multiplayer or not, but this guy was just the computer. I was getting pissed at the fucking guy when he would punch you. Your whole screen goes white and you're shooken up. And I was getting fucking pissed. I was talking shit to this dude in my basement by myself.
I have been having a hard time playing it.
Yeah, that's
I
weird.
get like motion sickness where like there's like last night I had to like sit down because I was about to throw up.
That is so weird that you went so long without. Did it bother you at all? Like.
You're becoming the
game. Because I had that end game. It's like a space. You're like fighter jet in space.
Yeah.
And like you're spinning around, and I can't play that game either. And that was like the second game I bought. It's only a single player, but I bought that, and then like couldn't do it. And then now like that frisbee game.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Echo.
I can't play that one because I get like motion sickness. Now that whatever one we play.
Have to stick to ping pong, huh?
But I like that zombie one.
I know, it's fun.
It's scary too.
I wonder if you took like a Dramamine before.
Can you buy that at like Walmart?
Hmm?
Just like over the counter?
Yeah, any gas station carries it actually. I used to have to do that to go on roller coasters. It helps a ton. And planes. Every time I go on a plane, I do that because my motion sickness was bad.
Oh, Anna's definitely going to have to do that. Whenever we go on like a long car ride, she has to.
Now I'm medicating myself to play video games.
Well, you can wean off of it and eventually you'll be a normal person.
What you should do is just hit this crack pipe before you play. It helps my vertigo.
You don't know what you're missing until you do it. Oh. Was all this stuff in here?
Yeah, dude, this whole bunk.
Siding and...
Yeah, this whole bunk was completely full of wood when I moved in. 2x4s, plywood.
That's how mine is now. But mine goes over the whole house.
Yeah?
The whole attic.
Just full of
random pieces of like trim, plywood, 2x.
That's good because I burned through it fast to do like mouse proofing my basement. I burned through like 3/4.
Oh, I was just gonna burn it.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm gonna go through it, see what I like.
I'll buy it off you.
If there's nice sheets of things, I'm keeping it. Like.
No, dude, I wouldn't get rid of any of it because there's a lot of things that just like you need a piece of a 2x4 just to pound on, so you're not beating whatever you need to pound in, and just having like a scrap piece of wood to use as a block.
I'll buy anything you don't want.
Yeah.
I have so much wood in my basement, but I just use it all the time.
Yeah, but even if it's junk wood shop.
Yeah, but
you have like a full blown shop.
So I'll buy anything you don't want. Yeah.
I'll see. Dude, that's one thing. I saved a ton of money. I didn't have to buy any 2x.
That's nice. That's
for studding walls, and I got a couple walls up, like full pantry.
Are they treated?
No. But it's all interior. Like I don't know. Not too worried about it. It's all interior.
What if your house floods?
Well,
now you got to restud.
And depending how long they've been up there, it's probably acclimated by now.
Oh. No, these have been in a barn for probably 20, 40 years.
Oh, yeah, they're done. They're done moving.
Yeah.
Unless they get wet.
They might shrink.
Yeah.
Cut them.
See your nails popping out of the wall.
It's a good thing we put them in there tight. Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Have you...
My fucking drywall is just going to start popping because all the nails and stuff are going to
Do you stay overnight there yet?
Not yet, but...
No ghost stories during the day or anything like that?
No. I did, for 1 second, thought I saw someone, like, walking.
Oh, stop.
But I think it was just Anna. I was...
She wasn't there, but...
No, she was getting ready to leave, and I think maybe she walked back through the living room quick. Because then I looked, and, like, 20 seconds later, the truck was leaving, so I'm like...
Did you ask her?
It was her. No, I just said it was her.
You don't want to know.
He's like you. He just is like, any excuse possible. It's like...
It's not any excuse.
Dude, you've had some pretty messed up things happen.
Right, and until there's something I cannot explain away.
The golf club against the door.
I can explain that. I can say, there's mornings I'm so fucking tired. I'm walking around, do my whole morning routine, and completely forget I like not even realize I did anything.
The golf club in front of my door is my routine. Yeah.
Backwards,
What if it was
down.
on the ground and I picked it up for some reason? If I just picked it up,
set it there.
Yeah, but
There
you
was
said
just
the
something-
clubs were on the opposite side of the garage from the door.
not
So what?
opposite, but you know when you walk out my house door to the garage,
Mhm.
that door to the left
Mhm.
is in that corner against my toolbox.
So why would you pull a club out of the bag in
Maybe,
the morning?
well, I don't know if I pulled it out or maybe it was on the ground already from another day, or maybe someone did it when they were drunk in my house.
Somebody did.
What?
Don't ruin my.
No. There was a night where I had people over, and I think Avery grabbed a fucking golf club because he thought he heard something and he was walking around my garage with a golf club. Maybe he set it on the ground or set it somewhere stupid, so in the morning I grabbed it.
That was 2 years ago, but well.
No. I haven't had the house for 2 years. Oh, okay, it's been...
You've had the house for 2 years.
It's been, 2 years and 5 months now, actually.
That's so fast.
It's fucking wild.
I've been in here for 2 years.
That's insane.
This will be my third summer here.
It's awesome, but it's so fast. Like, it's so insane. Just, like, right now, just ripping everything apart, just stressing. Like, dude, you're just nonstop. After work, go rip it apart. Like,
when it's done, like...
I cannot wait. But, like, we're coming to, like, the cusp of it.
I don't want it to be, though.
I can, like... Well, no. I got more rooms. But, I have the whole upstairs that has to get done, the whole basement.
Right.
I got to do the garage how I want it.
Like, I wish there was more stuff to do in my house.
And I have so much exterior.
Right.
You can go to his house and do it.
Right.
Dude, we have so much to do, but, like, our main, like, the master bath, bedroom, living room, kitchen, entryway, the bathroom and the entryway, and then the, like, dining room, like, my little, like, hangout room, all of it's, like, kind of come into, like, this, like, we're coming back up, I think. Because, like, we got, like, all the most of the drywall and all that's ready. Like, we got to do another layer or two of mud, and then as soon as we paint it, it's just going to go fast from there. Because flooring and shit, like, that ain't that stressful to worry about that.
Yeah.
And that's when it really, like, comes together.
Do you have to take the plaster off the bedroom?
No, I already ripped all of it off.
We should all go in on a flipper.
Flip one.
I know he was talking like you wanted to buy another one, but we start
Maybe.
doing that. It'd be fun.
In the next, well, I'm waiting for him to let me know. I just called him on Tuesday about it. He said he's going to get back to me. That'd be good if that goes through. That's right up by Marion. If that's going to be the rent in there, dude. It's a 3-bed, 1.5 bath.
The 1% rule. 1% of the price of the house is what you're aiming to rent it for.
Dude, we'll easily be able to get that around here, especially by the college. Rent around here for an apartment was $600.
Yeah, this
The
one, the
mortgage-
rent's pretty high around here. 'Cause
Right
we
over
got the elementary schools a block and a half away, and the high school's like 2 blocks away.
Yeah, high school's really cool, and the colleges are
And
all
the
right.
college and
Both colleges.
Moraine Park's like 3 blocks away.
Thank God for people with bad credit. Who would rent a house?
Or
I
no
just
credit, dude.
right. I just couldn't imagine.
But like, there's people that do it for forever.
right.
Well, there's a lot of people that just don't want to like have to mow the lawn, don't want to have to do the
little
upkeep.
things
Like,
that.
Would you? So what would you do for that then? If you were renting it out, you'd mow it yourself?
You'd either have to do that or find someone to do it. Like my brother, that's what he does for people right now. So if I talked to him about it and said, hey, like, got this house, go over there, $25 an hour cash. Go
So
mow the lawn. It's going to
Yeah.
take you 30 minutes. I'm going to pay you for an hour.
if someone rented your property,
You have to keep all that into the.
yeah,
You have to factor all that in.
right?
Like, say you had 200 in expenses or whatever, like, and your mortgage was $480 or something, or like, well, now you got $600. Like, now you have to pass that in cash flow at least.
Right. If you had tenants that have been there for a year, 2 years, they came to you and said,
Lease option, for sure.
"Yeah,
Oh yeah,
rent to own."
yeah. That would be my like main purpose.
I'd rather do that from the
You'd
beginning.
want to do that. Yeah,
You
that
wouldn't
would
want
be
to
ideal.
keep it though.
No, well, I would want a bunch. I want to keep a bunch, but also the lease to own option. If you did like a 15-year lease or something with somebody, the likelihood of them like, one, they're probably gonna want to move by the time that's up, right? Like
Right.
15 years, and two, like they're likely to put money back into it then, like upkeeping it, like repainting it. Like they're gonna put equity into the house for you because they're gonna want to buy it, so they're not gonna treat it like shit, like
Right.
a rental. Like a
Right.
rental, they're just gonna rely on you. But like, oh, they want that, they want a new bathroom. Like they've been there for 2 years. Like, oh, I really wish we had like some new kitchen stuff. Like then they put.
Would you be pretty lenient with that then?
Oh, and a lease to own, then you have
You have to.
let
It's
them.
their house then, technically.
Oh, really? Before
Yeah,
the
like
lease?
basically you're the bank then.
Okay.
Yeah, but you the thing is when they do like a down payment, you don't want to call it down payment. Like that would be the biggest thing in your contract. You call it a contingency payment because if you put it as a down payment, then they technically could fight you for equity in it. They won't have any equity in it until it's paid off completely. So like that would be like one thing I'd have to go with the lawyer and sit down and like all that would have to be because then I don't want to get like you don't. It sucks like you're helping them want to buy it or whatever, but you also don't want them to have any equity in it until it's completely done. Because then they could fight you for it. Like if they lived there for 8 years and they were paying it off, then they'll try to fight you at least for the down payment back.
So if you were to write out a lease to own contract, what percentage of their payment would be your principal? So if you told them they have a 15-year lease to own, by the time they get that 15 years done,
you would have to look and see like how much your mortgage was, like what like.
But say they were paying
insurance,
$600-700 a month to you renting it.
Yeah.
And then by the time 15 years is done, that's
Well, then it depends how much your house was. Like
90. Say $100,000 after 15 years, they've paid $100,000 in rent. Say the house is worth $150. Would you just have them pay out the $50, or would you take?
Well, that's
part,
you have
part
you
of
have
that?
to agree upon a purchase price first.
Right.
So like now, if like the market went up, that's another thing too. You could get screwed in a way. Like you bought it for $100, and it took them 10 years or whatever. When now it's worth $150. Like you agreed on the purchase price of $120. Well, you're out that $30,000, but they gain that from. But it might go ass backwards for them too. You could sell it for $130, and the market could tank, and it could only be worth $100. Well, now you came out ahead, like way ahead. I don't know. Each house obviously would be different. Like how much you got it for, how much you put into it, how long they want to rent it, how long they want to finance it. It's all.
That's what I want to do with this one.
It's all
Do
beginning.
like a rent to own type deal. That way you don't worry about the snow or the grass or, like you said, them trashing your house.
Yeah, they're more likely to upkeep it and
Yeah.
put money back into it.
So to do that with this property, you'd have to pay off your mortgage first, right?
No.
You wouldn't have to. You could sign a new rental contract on top of your mortgage.
To somebody else, yeah.
But technically, in the mortgage contract, aren't you the owner?
Mm-hmm. You are. That's why I said you have to make sure you don't say like it's a down payment and you're bringing another party into it.
So basically, you would still be the owner, but then you'd have another contract to them that once what you sell it to them for is paid. Like, so I bought this house for $130. So say I own $70,000 on it. That's a separate contract, but I sell it to them for $160. Once their $160 is paid off, then it's up to me to have that rest of that $70. It's
It's him in the bank, and then it's you
and somebody
them.
else.
Yeah.
So it's a separate contract.
It's like-
Like you're still responsible for your original mortgage.
But like if you were getting cash flow, then you could just put it back towards the mortgage itself. Now you're just gaining the equity on this property without even having to put.
Right.
Then if like they back out, then you're basically keep all of the money that.
Hopefully this is making some sense to other people too.
Right. I guess I kind of assumed that there was a separate, I guess, mortgage option if you were purchasing a property for rental.
Oh, there is. Yeah.
I think you'd have like
No,
right.
no. If I purposely go out to buy a home and rent it or lease it, then I would have to put 20% down, 20 to 25.
Right.
You can't. Unless it's your personal residence, you can't use like the FHA or the green thing.
So I think
You can't use those type of
if
loan
you
options.
like right now it is a personal house, so then you would have to refinance.
I was gonna
it.
say, do you refinance and switch the?
I think you would have to refinance your loan.
I guess that's what my question was. Like today, if say I signed a
Yeah.
contract to you, you couldn't just.
I think
legally. I don't think I could just live in
Yeah.
your house now instead of you.
I think I'd have to refinance my house for it. I guess I don't know.
Well, I guess I
I
kind
I
of know
guess
someone that could answer that question for
I'm
me.
gonna have to talk
Yeah.
to my loan officer. Talk to your mom for me. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
She's not my loan officer. Conflict of interest.
Is that why you can't?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, which makes no sense to me because a mortgage lender is going to get their customer the best rate possible no matter what. So what are they going to do differently to their own family, you know? Unless it's illegal.
Yeah, but say like
I think a lot of underhand shit could get done.
yeah,
That way.
Like what, though?
I don't know, skipping fees or something. Something like that basic.
It all has to be
simple.
accounted for, though, doesn't it? By the bank themselves.
Maybe not. I don't know. I guess
I'm not a loan officer. I don't know the ins and outs of that.
I guess I'd be.
I'm sure
I'm more
there's-
comfortable with that law being in place.
Right,
Like
yeah.
as a bystander.
Yeah. I ended up signing my closing with my mom anyways because my mortgage lender wasn't available the day of my closing. So it's funny, I had to go into the bank and sign the papers my mom gives me.
Mom's like, all right, you're gonna have to do this, this. Yeah, this is kind of.
What was weird for me was that the previous homeowners were in the closed.
This is decent.
They were in the closing room with me.
With my hands. Really?
I thought that was weird. I didn't like that.
Yeah. That
Wait,
is-
wait.
Well, no. It's not,
Why was that? I'll let you answer that later. I'm pissed.
I think you got scammed, bro.
That is really weird. I've never heard of that.
Yeah. Usually they send it over or whatever, like their bank and all that will
Mhm.
send it over, and then you go from there. That's how we did it. Didn't have to.
God, I'm trying to remember selling my house. It went so fucking fast, I can't even remember the whole process.
Who listed it?
Addison Jones?
Did it sell really quick?
Instantly.
Really?
Within, I think it was a few days.
So you should have put it higher.
Yeah. And that's another thing. That's another thing that's wild to me is just like the whole pricing when you're buying stuff like that. You need an appraisal
How the fuck did
regardless.
this go out already? Where's that? You have the lighter?
You need an appraisal, right?
Yeah, you have to.
And-
otherwise it
Yeah, and banks aren't going to lend you more money than the house appraises for.
Yep.
So even if, say, I were to set the price higher, it would have to come down to that buyer paying all the extra up front, which
But-
a lot of people won't do that. That's why it's the most annoying thing to me, because the
Actually, I
house could be sought after and be worth more than it
The
appraises
appraisal.
for.
Yeah, no, that's actually happened. I was just, cause people, that doesn't make any. I don't know because people were like, so like when Keegan bought his house, it was listed at 140 or whatever. So like you would think that they would probably list it at what the appraisal is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then people were bidding on it, and then they accepted like the highest offer. When Keegan gets it, it's like.
And then they go through their bank and realize the bank's not going to finance more than the house appraised for, and then they say, okay, you come up with this last $17,000 on top of your down payment. And then that's where most people fall through and say, I wasn't expecting that. I thought I was going to get the loan for it.
Yeah. So that's what would have to happen.
And that's the hardest part, which I think is ridiculous to me. If someone's willing to pay that value based on your credit, you think the bank would be
Because
lenient on that to offer you.
Yeah, but if you're the bank and you see a house, like if I'm the bank and you're trying to buy a house for 180, and I go through, and it only gets appraised for 150, I'm gonna be like, no, dude, I'm not giving you financing
that's the
for
entire point of a credit score, though. Like, why can I go in a bank right now and get a $30,000 personal loan?
I think you used to be able to do that, but like when 2008, like when.
But you know what I'm saying, though? Like, I could go in right now and get that $30,000 personal loan. Zero collateral whatsoever. It's not an auto loan. It's not a mortgage. Just based on my credit, I can get a $30,000 personal loan. It's just straight up cash, just because of my credit score. So why can that not be a factor in a mortgage? Because I feel like that way.
Like you're pre-approved for this amount. It's just that you're not trying to go more than what you're pre-approved for. It's just more than what the house was appraised for. You're saying.
But say you're willing to buy this house that appraised for 180. Say you want it that bad, everyone's offering 180, 185, and they're willing to pay that extra.
Mm-hmm.
You tell the bank, I want to pay 190 for this house just so I get it, and I will pay you back your $190,000. Based on your credit score, the bank should finance you that. If they're able just to give you a $30,000 personal loan with zero collateral whatsoever,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's not like they can't foreclose your house, they can't repo your car. There's no collateral whatsoever. How can they do that, but they can't add that on a mortgage?
Can they do like a mortgage for 180 and then just give you a $10,000 personal loan?
I don't know if that's how it works. If it works like that,
So
then
then you'd have two loans.
the most of the times I've come into this or heard about this, it's ends up being that the buyer has to pay that out cash, which is where the problem lies most of the time.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's always been weird to me. I guess I should probably ask my mom
Should
about
ask your
that.
mom.
She probably knows. We should get her on this podcast.
Dude,
That'd be
I would
dope.
love that.
Yeah.
I feel like she would.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
We could just do tons
do
of
it.
different questions. Like
Yeah,
that.
I'd have
She
tons
likes
of questions.
she likes free advertisements, so we should just tell her that you have 3 million subscribers.
We have like 10 listeners.
Perfect.
But we have a lot of younger people that like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's
Are
like
getting
high
into
school
it.
kids, I guess, that listen.
Yeah, so it would be good because then when, maybe like we just said, why the hell would you rent? Like, yeah, okay, some people out there like, if you can stay at home for another year, save up, and then try to go buy a house. Like, you don't have to buy $1 million home. Like, go buy a $80,000 house. Like, at least if it's a good property, and then you can at least try to get your money back out of that versus just pissing away on rent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely have to have her on.
Should we call her on the air right now?
Okay,
Ask her that question.
yeah,
Say,
see-
will a bank ever give you a loan for more
Call her,
than the
yeah.
appraisal
Yeah.
value?
And then ask her if she'll come on sometime.
see what she said. She's probably, Josh. No.
She's probably working right now.
Yeah, I was gonna
still,
say
but
she probably is at work.
that's right. She works from home, so
Really, Jake? Really? Freaking ass to bed. She used to say that all
I'll
the
start
time.
this over here. Hello.
Hey,
What's up?
not much. How about you?
I'm on a podcast right now. Would you wanna answer a question for us?
What's that?
So I'm gonna put you on speaker and put you up to a microphone, and then we're gonna ask you the question. And you can just answer it, right? Okay, just a second. Just a
It's
second.
going good so far.
All right. So we were just talking about it, and we were wondering, is there some possible way a mortgage lender or a bank will give you a mortgage for more than the appraisal value?
Give you a mortgage for more than appraisal value?
Yes.
Not normally.
So say you're in a market where you find a house, there's a bunch of offers on it, and you really want this house, you have a good credit score, and you just offer $10,000 over the asking price and the appraisal value just to secure that house. You have to, no matter what, pay that up front, or is there any way you can somehow get financed that extra money based on your credit score?
So basically the house has to appraise out. So you use the appraisal amount or the purchase price, whichever is less. And that's where the part is, because if you have a house that's listed for $200,000, and now people are overbidding on all these houses, they say I'm going to give them $220, even though it's only worth $200 because that's what's listed for. It could technically get appraised and come in like a $205. So it could go over the asking or the original asking price, but we use whatever the purchase price is. So if customer saying I'm going to purchase for $220 and it appraised at 205, they have to come up with that difference then.
So my next part of that was, why can I go into a bank and get a $20,000 personal loan with zero collateral, but something like that can't be added onto a mortgage based on your credit score?
Because that's a consumer loan, it's not a house. So you have totally different guidelines when it comes to consumer lending and mortgage lending.
So, is it not the same risk to the bank though? Like why wouldn't that be a thing? I guess.
Did that change after 2000, like the financial crisis?
Basically the actual, like the consumer loans are pretty easy to just go through and garnish people's wages and take a vehicle away from them or whatever. It's
Right.
easy to requote. A lot less cost involved, a lot less risk.
Mm-hmm.
Usually a lot less smaller loans than you're talking with an actual mortgage of $200,000-$300,000 house nowadays.
So then,
that's why there's just a lot more risk involved for mortgage.
Like they could take your car within
yeah,
a
it's
day,
easier.
Right.
but to go
Usually
through
they'll make payments, they'll repo it. I mean, they don't have to wait that long either.
Right.
You have to wait so long before you can actually go through foreclosure process.
So then, could I
Go ahead.
could I get like a $20,000 personal loan, and then use that to give you towards the down payment for that extra, or no?
It cannot be an unsecured loan. You can have a collateralized loan, but not unsecured for down payment.
Okay.
So if you're looking at a down payment, like maybe you own your car or maybe you have equity in your car or truck, you could actually get a car loan or truck
Leverage
loan and use that equity and put it down as your down payment for the house.
Yeah. So leverage that loan.
That's a
Yeah,
lot
as
of
long as it
leverage.
works for your debt ratios. And you can also have a gifted money. Most often you have gifted from an immediate family member. You can use that as well. So if somebody's short on a down payment, that's one of the first things I'll ask them is, do you have an immediate family member that can gift you some money? Because a lot of times a parent or a sibling or something will maybe gift them some money, and then that they can use down payment as well. Doesn't have to actually come from their bank account that way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, Mom, you're on a podcast right now, so well, first of all,
Thank you.
well, it's me, Jason. You know Jason.
Yep.
And Matt Norton. Do you know Matt Norton?
I do.
Okay. Well, it's their podcast. I'm on it right now, but they would want you as a guest sometime if you wanted to come, answer similar questions to some people online.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll have to set
Free advertising.
Yeah, I was gonna say free advertising. So right now, if you want to plug your information, you can.
Please do.
Like the Associated Bank.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
What's your name again?
Okay. Michelle Henskin, Associated Bank.
All right, there you go.
48918 was my cell.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go. Call for me up.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Well, we'll set up something with you sometime then.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I'll have to let you go, but I'll probably call you back later.
All right, sounds good.
All right, bye.
There we have it.
That
We should have
does.
asked her about the special interest. That's on the next one.
Yeah.
gotta-
We have
all
a
these
we have a lot of
we're going-
questions.
yeah, all these questions we're going back through.
You could get through a full podcast probably
Oh,
with all the
absolutely.
questions, especially with the ideas all of
and
us
then
have
we
with.
take a couple minutes and all the real estate,
Mhm.
oh yeah, just investing things, personal things. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she's coming on.
Yeah,
For sure.
she will. I knew she would.
We got a couple people lined up for this.
Yeah, I want to get.
Cody's dad.
Yep. I gotta call you. I
Talk
gotta
about
call York.
Sales.
I gotta call York. That'd
Yeah,
be
I
dope.
want him to come on bad.
The next JRE right here.
Started in the garage. I only have 10 minutes. Hey, I only have 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Hurry up, hurry up. Run. Good stuff. What does Seth always say? Good times.
Good times.
This is about an hour. How long has it been?
58 minutes.
Really?
Mhm.
So it's about an hour smoke per stick?
Yep.
Mine was a tough light, but she's been burning
Yours
nice and
right
even.
back down to mine. Yeah.
Yeah, nice and even.
You can
Nice
tell
and
when people
smooth.
don't have a humidor because they never burn good.
That's
ever.
what I'm talking about, a gas station cigar,
Yeah.
dude. It comes out, you get that and about 10 people are trying to share the damn thing all the time.
Yeah.
Because dude, check it out.
I hate it because they all lip it, and then you
Oh
get it,
my
and it's all
God.
soggy.
Like this
and
thing
you're
right
like,
now?
Come on.
There ain't a drop of spit on the thing.
Yeah.
Been sucking on it for an hour. Well, I guess not sucking on it, but that. Yeah, if those of you out there that don't know how to smoke a cigar, you also don't inhale the cigar. You breathe it into your mouth, and then you can do one of two ways, I guess. One, you just breathe it right back out your mouth, or two, a little bit out of your nose and your mouth. That's a retrohale. That'll give you a little bit different flavors, but it'll also, if you do it too early in the cigar, it'll kind of ruin your taste buds for the rest of the smoke. So. Yeah. Got to be kind of precise on when you do that.
And you get pretty nicked the way it is. Yeah. So you kind of screw yourself.
You can get this buzz is a little bit different than like a normal tobacco, like a dip buzz or like a cigarette or even a vape. It's like a very mellow buzz that will, like, it definitely catches up to you. Like, the more that you smoke it, the longer you smoke it, the more the nicotine content will, like, grow in your system, and then you'll start to feel her for sure. It's super nice after like a long day of work, dude.
It's like a relaxing buzz.
I'm excited. I get to go get my hair cut after this. I'm gonna be just chilling in that chair.
Skip it.
I can't. My hair's getting
I'll cut your hair.
Hey, Anna said the same thing, but if I let anyone else,
why don't you buzz it?
I used to all the time.
It's so much easier, dude.
It is.
My life has gotten so much easier since I started buzzing my hair.
It's so fast and it's so nice to just. I wish I didn't have to go tomorrow. Honestly, so what were you gonna say?
No, what are you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
No, you go first.
You go first.
I was gonna say, well, talking about like the 75 hard. For a second, I was like, I don't want to go to work tomorrow just because like I like doing this and I want to go work on the house and shit, but. So, like, my morning cardio and stuff, when I do that, dude, when I go to work, like, because the last couple of weeks I got off track and I haven't been doing it. This week of work has just been, like, so easy. Like, it doesn't even, like, mentally, I don't even feel like it's bothering me or anything. I don't know. I don't know if it's just because I'm, like, basically in the morning, it's like a meditation before I go, and then, like, I get my mind right, like, yep, I'm going to kill this shit, like, do it, like I was listening to Andy Frisella on the way to work, and because I'm caught up on HWMF, and he was talking about like you have to put the fucking work in, like that's literally like one of the things. Like you don't see that, but like all the people that you see that are successful, like they get up, they hated going to do that shit, but they just go and do it. You do it and do it for years on end, and then finally you hit that breakthrough. And today he was talking about like. So the micro and the macro habits and like micro shit, like just
the micro macro discipline.
Staying dedicated to like the simple things. Like if you have 4 or 5 things that you do every single day, the macro, you don't do the macro. The macro is what you become, like because of the micro things that you're doing. Like all them little things add up into the macro, which is who you are. Like, and he was saying you can't bullshit the macro. Like. You look at like somebody's lifestyle and like what they're doing, it's literally because of all the micro choices that they make.
Yeah, you can't have macro discipline unless you have micro discipline.
You can't fake
it.
So it's basically, you could say your micro would be your conscious and your macro would be your subconscious, or things that just happen naturally after they've become disciplined.
Yeah, and just like
kinda. He talks.
Like,
he explains it like a professional athlete, and you see their macro discipline on the basketball court, like LeBron James.
How good, like, and just like they have success in like his marketing and like on the court, like his relationships, all that.
Yeah, you'll take Kobe Bryant, like one of the all-time greatest basketball players. Like you see that macro discipline on the court, like how
everybody
disciplined he is on the court.
Well, in his life,
but you don't see him like 10 hours before the basketball game starts in the gym shooting buckets for 4 hours before the basketball game starts. For 20 years. That's his micro discipline.
Now we just know him as the GOAT, like that. Like, you know, you know him as this legendary individual, but it's because of all the micro things that he did that he became this macro individual, the lifestyle of who he is. And that's like, he breaks that down into like, that's how, like any successful person you see, that's how it is. Like, they didn't just sit around waiting for something to happen, or like their life didn't just boom turn into like what it is now. And he also talks about once you get to that point, you don't just stay there. Like, they still are doing all them little things over and over and over, like staying disciplined. When they say they're gonna go do something, like that's what they're doing. Like, it's like it's simple things, dude. Like, I don't know, even like us doing one a week. Like, we fell off the ladder for 5 weeks or whatever. But like, that's when we stopped doing this. I stopped doing like my morning workouts. I stopped doing my 5 things I wanted to do each day, like my little list. Like, I just got so involved in the house that I was like, I used it as an excuse to not go after like this shit too, like to push this off. But like, I sat back for a little bit, and I'm like, why am I getting so anxious about this shit? Why am I stressing out about it? And it's literally because I'm like, I want it to fucking happen overnight. And then I realized, like, this is part of the whole thing, dude. Like, the whole grind of it, I have to figure out how to manage the time and figure out how to get all this shit done and still be able to come do this, get the house done, like, and then to stay, like, not get mentally exhausted or physically exhausted. And just from changing, like, this past week of, like, starting my shit back over, like, the 75 hard, you have to read 10 pages a night or whatever. Like, I already kind of like
a self-discipline book.
Yeah, like not a nonfiction type thing. Like,
or like a self-help, or like not self-help, but like a personal development.
I was already doing that and like doing the 5 thing. Like, I forget what he calls the list or whatever. Like, I was doing those things, and then I just, like I said, I just used the house and like the stress of that as an excuse to not do those things. But then literally within this week alone, I've already noticed a huge difference, even mentally, on how I like feel about the shit. And I noticed on the last podcast, I'm like, damn, like I was not in it. I wasn't like excited to talk about stuff. I was just there, like I wasn't like fully involved into it, like immersing yourself into it. Yeah. So, that's why I'm kind of excited for the whole, like, 75 hard.
Yeah,
but I kind of want, like, it sucks because, like, this is kind of an excuse already, too, like, for us to say, oh, I'll wait, like, we're pushing it off. But, I mean, we can start those habits for the next 20 days, like you said, like, you're incorporating those things, and then we just know that as soon as vacation comes, like, the reason we planned that vacation was because for the months prior, like, we're just going hard at, like, the shit that, like, we just locked in, focused on, like, where we want to be. And then I feel shitty in a way because for the past month, I've slacked off with it, and now I'm going on a vacation, but it's like, I sat down and, like, thought to myself about that, too, and it's like, dude, like, that's so small. It's so small right now. Like, I was telling Jason, like, last night, like, 75 days is nothing compared to the years and years that we have to come.
And like, Andy talks about that, too, when he's explaining 75 hard. He's like, if you're going to look at this, like, once my 75 days are up, I'm going to go right back to where I started. Yeah. He's like, you're not going to actually make it.
Yep.
You're not going to make it. You got to look at it like, this isn't an internet challenge. It's supposed to be like a program to like revamp your whole life.
Because it goes from 75 days to a year, and then from that year, it's literally the lifestyle. Like,
if you can go like 75 days, I feel like you're not gonna want to go back because you're gonna see all the benefits,
positive changes for sure.
You're not gonna want to go back to your old habits.
I mean, I think maybe you could. Some things are gonna be a little different.
Like, you're not gonna be working out twice
4 times a week. You did. 2-day workouts or something like that, like, because I think what's going to happen is, I don't think he does that every single day for like years and years. Maybe he does, but I think what's going to happen is we're going to run into other things where, like, you have to put your time towards that because it's going to further your success somewhere else. Like, so instead of that, so you get your 1-hour workout in, but instead of doing another 1-hour workout, you're like, you know what, I got to sit down and I got to do this podcast, or I got to go have this meeting with like Michelle. I got to talk about finances, like.
You have that discipline to go do it.
Yeah, you're gonna still use that 1-hour time slot to learn something new, and like and then all of a sudden that 1 hour is gonna be 2 hours of time, like, it's, instead of just dicking around with dumb shit.
And I think that's why Andy's done 75 hard like 5 times in 5 years. I think he can like feel himself starting to like slip back into his
Comfortable.
old ways.
I think it's comfortable.
Yeah,
And I think
so then
that's
he,
what
like,
I was getting.
He's like back onto 75 hard. I'm doing it again.
I think not only because of the house, but right before the house, I'm like, I was getting comfortable because I'm like, dude, things are going good. Like, we got this property coming. Like, I already had another one like going good, and it was like all these like little things that were just like, dude, like I'm on the right track. Like I'm no stress about shit. And then all of a sudden, like I got comfortable with it, and literally within a month, it was like, holy shit! Like I feel out of control. I feel like things are just spiraling down, and then just a couple of days revamp. Like that's all it was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I told myself last week. I took 2 days off of my workout and stuff, and I'm like, I got to figure out what the fuck's going on. And like that's what I know I still have to do my workouts. Like it was just something that I personally had to like take a step back and be like, okay, what am I doing different that I was doing 2 months ago, a month ago, that I felt like I was crushing it, and now what have I been skipping?
Mm-hmm.
And it was little shit like that. Because when I skip the workout, then I'm gonna skip doing my list. I'm gonna skip doing my reading. Like my food and all that's gonna go off track. So I don't keep track of it then. Like all that little shit. Now I'm fucking back, and I'm excited for it because I'm gonna ride that shit to vacation as hard as I can. Take them 4 days of vacation, and it's gonna be fucking full send for the rest of the year.
Yep.
Full send.
Oh yeah.
6:25, dude. You're gonna miss your haircut.
Yeah.
When's your haircut?
6:30.
Shut
You
up.
could be a little late, can't you?
No.
Wait, where?
Barbershop right down the road. Across town. All right, I gotta get going.
I'll be there around 6.
Yeah, hey, I'm on the way. No, I think it's like 6:35, and then they said I have like a 15-minute window.
Okay.
So that's
Perfect.
relatively right now.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be late.
You got stuck at a train.
On Johnson.
That's hard. You
All
could
right.
just let us buzz your hair quick.
Can you guys wrap it up, or you?
You wrap her up.
Does anyone have any final thoughts, or
Unless you want to
Josh?
keep going, but I'm
maybe you
cold.
could get on the 75 hard with us.
Yeah?
See what it's about.
Want to hear more about it?
Yeah, we can discuss that further.
Right.
Jay, I know you're excited for it.
I'm excited, and I'm equally scared.
I want to share
just-
a little bit. Yeah, share a little bit of your fears, quick.
I'm more scared that like
Because I don't know why.
I'm gonna fail it, and then like I know I'm gonna fail it, and then I'm not gonna have the discipline to like get back on it, and then
But that like tells
that
me
like
that
feeling of like
that's why you need to do it. Though.
I know that's why I
Like,
need to
that
do it. That's why I
mindset-
want to do it.
Yeah, like that mindset alone tells you like you have like, yeah, this is the program for you. Like, push yourself, just like fucking Goggins' book, dude.
Yeah, I know.
You just gotta go after it. I'm rereading that again too.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna do
started-
the
I
audio
started
version.
2 days ago.
I'm gonna do the audio version and listen to it at work.
Dude, I can read and listen to that once a month.
Yeah, it's so
It's a
good.
good
You
book.
should send me the audio link.
All right. Yeah, so Andy actually has a book about 75 hard too, I believe.
Mhm.
I don't really know what it entails, but if you guys want to check that out, Andy Frisella, 75 hard.
You can just Google 75.
Yeah,
hard and
it'll
it
come
comes
up. It's a full program. It's free, and no
Yep.
cost.
Absolutely.
Do it with
free.
us. I mean, try to kick our ass. Like, let's make it a little competition. We could make a little comment section on Instagram or whatever, or keep some updates.
Mhm.
Do a little blog or whatever that vlog. We could vlog some of it.
Mhm.
Summertime vlogs would be sick. Glad you guys are joining us. Hopefully we can keep these rolling. I think we will. I know we will.
I know we will.
Especially if we can keep doing something like this. It's a nice little change up.
Mhm.
Keep changing
Especially
it up.
when it's gonna be like
Yeah.
light out all night, and then
Yeah.
like
Wait till it
changes
gets
out.
warm.
It changes in like a week. Oh, it's gonna be reckless.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some solid content coming to you guys. I know I said that before. We've been hit or miss, but I think we're going back. We're going back on her. Anyways, thanks for listening. We'll see you guys on the next one.